tonight, while Donald Trump was speaking before Moms of Liberty, that crazy conservative right-wing group, he admitted and acknowledged that he lost the 2020 election. After all of these years, after conning his followers of their money, of their support, and things like that, he just admitted that he lost the election. And after he said it, he kind of paused for a second and realized that he did something wrong. But I'm going to show you this clip. We'll talk about it as well. And there are other crazy moments from this Q&A that he had tonight. It's really just strange. But here's that clip of Donald Trump acknowledging the truth.
10 or 12 million votes more than that, more than anybody had ever got. We got the most votes of anybody, of any sitting president in history. And he beat us by a whisker. And it was a terrible thing. They used COVID to cheat, and it was a terrible thing. And then I watched, and I thought it was very, very sad because of, the election it brought great division to the country.
Yeah. There it is. Donald Trump just acknowledged what we've all known for quite some time now, that he lost the 2020 election. Now, he describes it as losing by a whisker, which I think is an interesting description because he lost the popular vote by around 7 million votes, and he lost every single swing state, or virtually every single swing state. So I'm not sure I'd describe it as losing by a whisker, but nonetheless, he just admitted it. He just admitted that he lost. Now, there are two things that come to mind for me when I'm looking at this admission. Number one, the Trump supporters got to be upset tonight, don't they? I mean, so many of these folks have given their money to Donald Trump because of these lies. Many of them have gone to jail for Donald Trump because of these lies. January 6th comes to mind. Many of these people have bought into Donald Trump's scams, his products like Truth Social stock and things like that, and gone bankrupt because of these lies, just for their cult leader to turn around and say, yeah, it actually wasn't stolen. No, we just lost. We lost by a small margin, but we lost. These Trump supporters have to be furious tonight. I'm sure they'll create a conspiracy saying, oh, that video is not real or it's AI or something like that, but they have to be furious tonight. And number two, the second thing that comes to mind for me is I hope that Jack Smith and the prosecutors in D.C. and, of course, in Fulton County, Georgia, are watching, because Donald Trump just admitted that he knew that he lost the election. That was like part of his central defense, that, oh, I really truly believe I lost the election. That's why I was trying to overturn it. And now, just like that, his entire defense, which was already pretty weak, got destroyed. There's no coming back from that. I hope that Jack Smith is watching this very closely and has submitted this video into evidence already. Because Donald Trump knows he lost, he's admitting he lost, and that really hurts his criminal case. I feel like we can hear his lawyers kind of face-palming backstage. God, what a terrible moment for Trump and his campaign. I can only imagine the reaction from his supporters. But as I mentioned, this press conference was just pretty strange overall. This was not the only bad moment. Like, he kept doing his ramblings. For example, I have another clip for you where Donald Trump says that Ivanka Trump should be the United Nations ambassador, that he wanted her to be. And of course, if he wins again, he would make her the ambassador to the United Nations. Just take a look.
It up because she wanted to go, and she didn't want something like the United Nations secretary. I wanted her to do that. I said, you would be a great ambassador to the United Nations secretary. There'd be nobody to compete with her. I tell you, she may be my daughter, but nobody could have competed with her rat-tat-tat, the whole deal she's got.
Yeah, nepotism is the name of the game when it comes to Donald Trump. And it's so ironic, right? Like, during Trump's tenure as president, he had his family like all over the White House. Like, Eric Trump and Don Jr. were senior advisors. Of course, Ivanka Trump was part of the administration. Jared Kushner was a part of the administration. His family would just like hang around the White House and be part of meetings. And it's just ironic because the Republicans have gone after the Bidens because they've said that, oh, Hunter Biden has been inappropriately involved in the White House, or that he's benefited from Biden's name and that there's some corruption there, which of course there never was, but that's always been the claim, when in reality, the nepotism is all coming from the Trump side. Trump just puts his family members into all of these positions because they'll be loyal to him. That's what he wants. He wants loyalty. And of course, anybody with the last name Trump, aside from, the very few exceptions out there, like Mary Trump, for example, will do his bidding. I mean, Laura Trump is at the head of the RNC right now. This nepotism is embedded in the Republican Party. And even Donald Trump is now saying, yeah, I think Ivanka Trump should be the ambassador to the United Nations. Are you kidding me? We don't need any more Trumps in any more position of power, especially in really important foreign policy positions like the ambassador to the United Nations. That takes someone who knows the ins and outs of foreign policy and has been studying foreign policy their entire lives. We don't need another Trump in that position, let alone president of the United States. I mean, please, we got to think about this logically here, folks, which I know many of you are, but Trump supporters just don't. They think that, oh, of course Ivanka Trump would be great at that because her last name is Trump. That's kind of the only qualification in their eyes. But aside from that already strange suggestion, strange goal for Donald Trump, the last clip I want to show you from this strange Q&A is him saying that Kamala Harris was lying about working at McDonald's and that it wasn't real or whatever. Take a look.
I'm a racist. The bus, you remember the story of the bus, fake story probably. Well, she also said, I worked at McDonald's. It turned out she didn't work at McDonald's. Did anybody see that? After an exhaustive study that took about 20 minutes, they found out she never worked there. So, there's a lot of fake stuff going on. But we don't need that for a president. And our country can't stand it. We are really in trouble. We're a failing nation, whether you like it or not. And I'm sure you don't like it. But we are a very sick nation. We're a failing nation.
What a strange argument to make. Just what a strange thing to focus on. I mean, that is what Donald Trump does pretty often. He never focuses on the policy. He tries to make these personal fake attacks at people, saying that oh, Kamala Harris didn't work at McDonald's or Tim Walz did this while governor of Minnesota. All these random attacks. But of course, this is not true. Kamala Harris worked at McDonald's. I don't know what study he's citing that was done on this. Maybe it came from Trump University. I don't know. It's obviously not a very reliable source. But of course she worked at McDonald's. That is part of her career, and I think she knows where she worked previously, right? I don't know why this is the claim that he's making. And I find it so funny, again, that one of his arguments here is yeah, I think Kamala Harris lied about working at McDonald's. We don't need that in a president. I would agree with Donald Trump that we don't need lying in a president, which makes him automatically disqualified from being president. He told over 30,000 lies during his 4-year term. That's averaging around 20 a day. He lied 20 times a day for 4 years straight and continues to lie every single day. I mean, aside from this strange, rare moment we had tonight, he continues to lie about the election. He continues to lie about January 6th. He continues to lie about Joe Biden. He continues to lie about Kamala Harris. He continues to lie about his businesses, his accomplishments, his presidency, his family, his wealth, all these things. He lies about to this day. So yeah, Donald, we don't need a liar in the White House. That's why we're voting for Kamala Harris and not you. And not you. Man, what a terrible question and answer Donald Trump had tonight in front of Moms for Liberty. You can only imagine how terrible that event probably was. But anyway, I just wanted to show you some clips from this event that Donald Trump had tonight. Very strange, as always. But I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Also, drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.